everyone, welcome back. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Today we're coming at you with magnets. We're going to be talking about magnets today. So now, first thing we're going to do is, I purchased these little magnet sets on Amazon. And I'm just going to tell you what is inside of each set. So, sit back for me, Jen. Okay.
I can't wait to see everything.
In each set, there is a card that has different animals and shapes on it that you can cut out and use for different activities. There is a base stand, magnetic iron pieces inside of a plastic container. There is a U-shaped magnet. Two bar-shaped magnets. Magnets that are attached to wheels. And we're going to try to do something out of this today.
It's a butterfly.
Thank you. There are There are magnets that have butterflies on the back of them. A compass. Then there's a Ziploc bag that has little goodies in it like nails, paper clips, little rubber bands, and string.
Mommy?
Yes.
That's a compass in Minecraft.
Yes, and then there are 6 circle magnets. They're attached to each other.
What side are you in?
And then I have a base. I'm sorry, not a base. It's like an anchor for one of the experiments. So this is a little kit that I got from Amazon. I will drop the link below. Okay, now we're going to try to get started on our... Well, I'm sorry, we're not going to get started because as you see, they're kind of anxious. And when you're teaching a new skill, you should allow the children time to manipulate with... Wait a minute, I didn't say go yet. Allow them to work with the materials so that way when you're trying to actually teach a lesson, they won't be all into the materials and not the lesson. So I am going to give them like 2 minutes to play around with the materials. To go over the vocabulary words. As you see, we have the lovely chart on the board that says magnets. Not sure if you can see the words written here. We have attract, which means to stick. Repel means to push, and magnetic field. The magnetic field is the invisible force that is around the magnets. All magnets have a magnetic field or that invisible force. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be working with attract and repel or push and stick. Jen, sit down. Sit. Okay, so now Jasmine already realized that when she was playing around with the magnets. We have little cars here. It's a magnet. Don't touch. It's a magnet bar and it has 4 wheels on it. Like a little car. It came assembled like this. Now we're going to see what happens when we put the magnets together with their like counterparts and their opposite counterparts. Meaning South Pole, North Pole. We're going to see what happens when we put together the same poles, and we're going to see what happens when we put together the opposite poles. Now before we do that with the cars, let's do this. Jessica, hold this magnet. Jen, hold this magnet. Alright, now, Jen, you have to turn so that people can see you. Okay, next, freeze, hands in your lap, except for Jessica and Jen. Okay, now, Jessica and Jen, hold up your bars.
Another bar.
Now, Jessica and Jen, I want you to make sure that the red part of your bar, which is the north side of your bar, is facing each other. So make sure your red is pointing to Jen, Jen's red is pointing to you. Jonte and Jazzy, make sure the opposite bars are pointing to each other.
All right.
Now,
no.
First, we're going to do Jessica and Jen. Turn it around this way. I want y'all to try to bring your bars together and see what happens.
Okay.
All right, you guys watching at home, bring your bars together and see what happens.
It's not gonna let us.
Oh my goodness, it's not letting them. It's not letting them.
Let us.
Okay, now pause. So we have 2 north bars. And I'm gonna move up a little closer so you guys can see. We have 2 north bars. And when you try to put the north bars together, the invisible magnetic force is not letting them come together. They're moving every which way. They do not want to touch each other. So this is what happened when you put together like bars. Like bars repel. So the north and the north side are repelling. Now, Jonte and Jasmine, your turn.
Alright.
So Jessica and Jen, hands in your lap, hands in your lap, hands in your lap. All right, Jonte and Jasmine. Opposite bars pointing each other.
Alright.
So Jasmine has the north bar pointing, Jonte has the south bar. So red, blue. Now bring yours together and see what happens.
Don't take it from me. John. They love each other. They love each other. It's
Okay. Jessica said they love each other. So let's see.
Not letting me take it back.
I'm gonna come back up closer. Here we have north and south bars, and they attract. They're touching, they're holding on to each other. So they attract. So unlike attract, same repel.
Whoa.
Okay?
Cool.
All right, now,
Cool.
hands in your lap, hands in your lap, hands in your lap. Okay, thank you. All right, now we're going to do an experiment. But first, before we do that experiment, I am going to use Jennifer's paper. Watch what happens with Jennifer's paper.
What? Oh, I see what she's trying to do.
I hope you guys at home can see on Jennifer's paper, I am putting down different ladybugs.
They're butterflies.
I'm sorry, they're butterflies. Putting down different butterflies. Now, Jennifer is going to be using a U-shaped magnet. Here, hold this magnet in your hand. Wait till I tell you what to do. Okay, now, I'm going to tell you when you eat.
I know what she's saying. What did you say? I can't tell. Why? Because Mommy's trying to make it a secret. So
Okay, not yet.
You're
Not yet.
stepped on my foot.
Not yet, Jen. All right, I'm going to zoom in for you guys
Here.
so you can see what Jennifer is doing.
Hi. 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 We're all cranky, you know. Hey. And the baby hey. Hey, look at me too. Wait for me. I won. I won. If you're wondering what the 6th one is, I have one right here. Right here. Look at this one. Right.
All right, sit, Jen. All right, now, that's not what I said. Okay, now if you notice, I whispered to Jennifer, hands in your lap. Nobody's touching magnets but Jennifer. Y'all have, for this assignment, stop touching unless I tell you. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, now, we're going to play a little game that I just made up off the top of my head called Are These Butterflies Alive?
Nope.
Are these butterflies alive?
No.
Now, Jen is going to try to see if the butterflies are alive. Now remember, she's using, hold it up, Jen, so they can see. She's using the horseshoe-shaped magnet. Nope. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Now, you all look at the butterfly. Tell me which butterfly is coming to life.
I don't know. I don't know it.
All right.
What do you think? World is
All right, try to get this one. Come that way, Jen. Come that way. Come that way. They're gonna move you closer to her. Come on, you gotta get it. Stop, Jeff.
I thought you said try to catch it.
No, Oh, she's moving them. So did they come alive?
Yeah!
They came alive.
I'm gonna try it so
All right, now, what we're going to do is, stop. Thank you. Now, didn't she do an excellent job? Yay! Okay, so now, we're going to pause and we're going to set everybody up with their own butterfly and their own magnet. And we're going to see how this
Have this
goes.
one go. Have this one, Mommy.
Okay, so everybody has their butterfly on their paper and they have their magnet. Now we're going to see if they can make their magnets come alive. Go.
Butterfly.
I'm sorry, butterflies come alive.
Mommy, look. Mommy, look.
Let's see whose butterfly is moving the most.
Mommy, look.
Whose butterfly? Oh, is they're moving across the table. Whose butterfly is moving the most? Okay, Jonte has his butterfly battling Jessica's butterfly.